One of them's missing an arm.
One of them missing a head. That one has a hole through his chest.
That was horrible.
Yes, it's a Sunday. It's a Sunday.
Switch to
It's a Sunday of descending west.
So you're gonna turn your cloaking on, and oh god, I gotta test this out. I love that they did it in Warframe. Let's see if it works for you. The first thing they would do is blast you. So you're going to cloak, and let's say the one that you ripped the arm off of, that's the blaster. He's the lucky one that hits you, and your entire body turns the color of the blast, and then shorts out, and your cloak is not going to work until you get back to the shop. He got you right when you were turning it on. It's not enough to start a combo, but your cloak is down for this battle. First time you used it in combat. You're going to have to either position yourself safely before it's turned on, or
Upgrade it so it comes on faster.
or figure out, well, that's not necessarily the issue. Figure out some sort of shielding arrangement that protects the cloak from a direct energy attack. So you got blasted. I would assume now you want to take him out.
Yeah.
You piece of shit.
What would you like to do to him?
Where's he positioned at in front of me?
Yeah, he's just right in front of you.
This is the one that got me with his arm.
Yeah, the one you already took off his arm, and he's the one that got you with the other blaster arm and took out your cloak. Or you could attack any of them. I just assumed you want to kill him.
And they're getting a circle at this point? Or?
They're a little scattered because they've been knocked around. He's in a ball with 3 of them. He's on the ground with another one, and the other 5 are circling you. Again, for you, it's either they're each built differently, or the power unit, the control module, whatever, is somewhere else. It's one of those two things. Like maybe this guy's head is important, maybe that guy's chest is important. Maybe the 3 people that you hit all have their fucking power box in their pelvis. You don't. There's many reasons why they could have.
Didn't really think about it earlier. How quick is that GVE that I got?
Oh yeah, you can pull it out and fire it. The recharge will take a little while.
That's only one shot though.
Until you did your Tesla charge. You could, alright, so it doesn't always have to be spicy. It doesn't always have to be a move on your list. You can literally say, I'm going to attack them. You can say, I'm going to punch them, I'm going to kick them. It doesn't have to be a move. Especially since you're an attack type, you could just improvise an attack. He's a fighter type. He doesn't have to use any of his fighting moves. He can say, I'm going to run up to him and kick him in the balls and then uppercut him.
I'm the one that's missing his arm. I'm feeling a little bit vindictive.
You can tear out the other arm.
Yeah. Trap and all this time.
Oh, kick him in the dick!
How
Yes!
are you going to go at it?
I'm gonna go for a kick.
So you're going to kick him in the dick. Roll a d6.
3.
So you kick him in the dick, you hear a metallic thud,
The ball's dropping.
and it stands firm. It just didn't seem to affect him.
That's where his brain is.
Now the rest of them are going to try to blast you guys. Luckily, you're made of very certain stuff.
Traditionally, androids do very, very, very well against energy weapons and attacks. Fucking Android 69 fighting Omega Karunga had no problem being blasted over and over and over again.
So your clothing, or whatever your paint job is getting a little scorched or holy. But other than that, like your base unit is fine. I should have knocked down some of this stuff. Let's see. You got hit a very, very tiny bit. Boop. And used a Kamehameha, its energy lasts, and used it as after image technique. It's a burst fight. You are getting blasted a whole bunch. So Tracy, how would you like to change today's combat? Because the idea here is they're robots, they assume they're not going to tire out, they assume you are going to tire out, so they're happy continuing how they're continuing against you.
Just burst fighting.
So you're going to continue? D6 again.
3.
Same as last time, we're right in the middle again. So you're still just a ball of kicks and punches against them. I'll give you a D6 again. 1. your guys not your mole's not doing the greatest.
Your computer, I sent a chat message. Wah wah.
Let's see. The one that your mole is attacking, he's gonna flip both his hands around the blasters and try blasting your mole. It kind of lifts the mole off of him, but it doesn't do it much damage. Your UAVs are inbound. You have another tactical robot on the ground. You do have direct communication with him, and they're circling him. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna send the last 4 in, trying to basically just use it as something. See if I can take out.
Tactical guys?
Yep.
So, I think I remember you having 2 on scene.
I had
They're
sent
all
a
in the
total-
cities.
Right. I had sent a total of 5. 1 is gone.
So, the other one can attack right away, the other ones are inbound.
Okay.
So, D8.
Okay, before they kaboom.
You're gonna drop off your. Not this one.
No?
Not this one.
That is also a 1. Jesus, the brothers are doing terrible.
Boom! Another great explosion! And the androids just kind of look at the models that don't have the red ribbon on them and go, defense. You're going to continue about your way. You don't seem like you're under duress, but they are circled around you, blasting you.
Are there any? Is it a certain? Are there any that are relatively close proximity?
So
the one they kicked in the crotch.
you're a precisely programmed being. They're precisely programmed beings. They're all equidistant from you. They're all equidistant from each other. They run math programs, all that. So there's no one in particular. I mean, there's one that's missing a head, one that has a hole in the chest, and one that's missing an arm. But aside from that, they are all equidistant from you and each other.
Alright, the one that I kicked in the crotch.
With one arm,
With one arm. Called the GVE and
you're gonna wax it.
executed it.
D10. Yeah, yep. Or actually, more. It's this one or this one? That one just has an extra 0 behind it in case you need to do out of 100.
3.
I miss.
So, he's missing an arm, and with the GBE, you put a hole in his chest, and the building behind him, and the building behind that building.
Always in
But he's still operational. Yeah, that's how the GBE works, to the horizon. But he's still functional. He's standing there blasting you, the hole goes through him, he's still standing there blasting.
This is going nowhere.
This is going nowhere fast. Oh, it's your first combat. Tracy, anything to change the pace of battle?
I'm going to fly up into the air. Kamehameha.
So you're going to get out from fighting with them
Yep.
in the air. So they'll get an attack on you.
Always so deadly.
Oh no, because he's been leading the attack, but they've got to get a counterattack. He's going to stop fighting. So you're going to go to fly out of the air, and let's say you have the ball of punches and kicks. And you go to fly out of the air, and they just kind of kick you out of the ball. So you go toppling along the street, and then you could, if you want to, jump in the air. You can just fire your Kamehameha from there.
I'll do it from there.
So you're going to get ready and fire your Kamehameha next round.
Okay.
Your UAVs are coming up on East City, which was actually east of them. So it's East City for somebody.
Yay!
Uh,
Continuity.
And they're coming up on, they've got the avenue, shall we say, 11th Avenue is where you guys are fighting. That's what they're all planning in.
So you know that there's about to be essentially a carpet bombing run, followed by a second round of machine gun fire. So that's the protocol for the UAVs.
So you're going to try to do what he tried to do, probably, that is get out from being circled.
Utilize pressure drying.
So you're going to, what are your, if you want to, because of the way it works, like you could, you know what a triangle jump is, right? Alright, so in 2D fighting, and they use it obviously in Dragon Ball as well. A triangle jump is where you jump from here, off the wall, maybe off another wall or something like that. You can triangle jump off the robots to get out from the robots. Like in 2D fighting, there's certain characters, Chun-Li, Vega, and Guile, and Cammy. If you were at the corner of the screen and you jumped on the corner of the screen, they can do a second jump into, that's what a triangle jump is, or capoeira or whatever. You can use the pressure running on the androids to get out from the
Well,
androids. That's how precise it
you
is.
jump from side to side. Get up the thing.
Yeah, do that. Get out of the ship, right? Since that's it.
D6.
Nice.
So you're gonna knock, not that single, you're gonna knock a fresh one over. And they're just going to, they're gonna stay in their circle and they're just gonna follow you with their blasters. And they might singe some of your clothing, but that's it. Oh no, that was a D4 plus 1, so yeah, they would tag you a bit. Still, it's not a lot of damage. So your run's gonna come next round. Anything special with your 2 cubes?
I'm going to change from a mole just to basically like a giant weight. Like after the mole jumps, change the big giant weight, just slam down on his chest.
So you're going to try to crush him.
Yep.
After you get on top of him, you haven't done nothing. Alright,
Basically, well, this is like the mole
I
got
got
on top of him and started to hatch.
D4.
That's essentially what I'm just doing. You just gotta see if I can just crush this thing. One. Never working.
So your weight didn't work before, it doesn't work now. These things are built sturdy.
Yep.
Let's say if you took 2 of your cubes and smashed them against 2 of your other cubes at this rate of speed, it would do nothing.
Yep.
So you would assume that this thing is built at least as sturdy as your cubes.
Okay.
Now you can fire command man, Tracy.
I'll be right back.
Roger.
It's on 8, 7.
I probably would not have accounted for how tough this guy's skin was.
Brandon, you're rubbing off.
1. So you shoot it at the group of them, and
Then jump.
they'll break out from the group to come after you, and they'll re-engage you in melee. They think that they've got the upper hand, and it turns out they do have the upper hand. They're going to start feeding you your teeth just a little bit. So you get to do your shaving run, D8.
Something other than a 1.
And these are bombs. Bombs.
Well, it's not a 1. That is the upside. That number
2.
1. It's not a 1. It's not.
So,
We're losing, asshole. We're gonna lose.
the androids saw him get out of the way, they tagged him, they see your UAVs coming in, your UAVs are dropping carpet bombs, and the androids are blasting them out of the air before they hit the ground.
The bombs.
Yes.
They're shooting the bomb before we get there.
So that's how I can justify a miss when you have an area explosive.
Gotcha.
So they're blasting the bombs out of the air. Basically, since it's 5-on-5, there's one android blasting each UAV's bombs.
But now they're not blasting you.
Yeah, because he was in so much trouble. So, you, again, are getting your teeth fed to you.
Have I powered up?
You
Am I at my max power right
Alright,
now?
so here's the thing, right?
I never said.
Your power level is climbing because you're using the things that you're supposed to use to climb.
Mm-hmm.
But you're only at your strongest when you drop your weighted clothing, and maybe when you use your command man, but mostly when you're using your martial arts. Alright? Now the difference here is they're androids, so you know what doesn't matter? Your power level.
It's all about how you roll.
It's straight across the table because they don't have a power level. That's how androids work.
I was just making myself.
So, yes.
thinking,
Powering up could help in the fact that maybe it'll give you a threshold or whatnot, but in this case, your power level matters less than what you're doing to them.
okay.
And also, right now, in the first combat, everybody's still low Bs, which is why there's not a huge difference in dice control. You know, as you know later on, the differences between fighter becomes greater.
Energy blast.
As you're going to try to blast one of them.
Because they're right there in front of me, so I'm just boom,
D6.
boom.
You can't keep it on the table. You're going to make one smoke a bit, but you're not going to do much to them. They are really good on you, against you with the melee. That comes back to you. You are on the side of a building, shall we say. And they're all standing there. They just shot down the bombs. Now they're taking aim to fire at the UAVs.